Well, happy Friday, everybody. So, I'm starting to wonder if this guy wants to buy up 25% of circulating supplies of fake news. Could be, could not be, I don't know. I really think it's going to be fake news because that's impossible to wrap your head around somebody buying up 25% of the circulating supply. But I don't know. Could be, could not be. So, I think the market is due for a bigger correction. Yeah, we saw it hit 9,000 yesterday and then drop down to 8,000. Whoa, baby. That's the volatility in this wonderful market. And if you can't handle it, then get out. But over time, long term, you're not going to find a better asset to invest your money in. Just caught a real quick snippet of information. One of the chairmen for the SEC believes that if an ICO becomes decentralized enough, it will be exempt from the securities laws. What does that mean? Become decentralized enough. Now, Ethereum, for those of you that don't know, there was an ICO with Ethereum. So, Ethereum is no longer considered a security because it's a decentralized cryptocurrency that's mined. So, I don't know. I mean, how do you determine, okay, so these ICOs run on Ethereum. Ethereum's decentralized. Where do you draw that line in the sand? Please tell me. I'm not sure how that's going to unfold. But that's positive news because I don't like the whole idea of asking permission to do something. So, whatever. Liberland. Those of you that haven't been around crypto for a while, Liberland. Definitely worth something checking out. They are creating a DAG, a decentralized autonomous government. Volunteer taxes. So you volunteer to pay taxes. You're not required to pay taxes. But if you do pay taxes, you get to help make decisions on what goes on in the country. It's interesting. Very interesting. It'd be neat to see this model succeed. And then other countries get overthrown from these DAGs and be good, and then we wouldn't have to worry, but we could live maybe in actual freedom instead of living underneath the tyrannical governments that are controlled by the central banks. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. What else is going on, keeping my attention? I caught a good interview from Redcoin. Redcoin! Some of you probably never even heard of Redcoin. Probably because it's pretty low down on CoinMarketCap and you never hear everyone talk about it. But this is probably it's actually, in my opinion, a very strong project. And they're trying to serve a good purpose, and they were created from a good purpose. So Redcoin actually came out of the idea of tipping people on social media like Reddit. And they were actually trying to be like Reddit's cryptocurrency for tipping people for their content or posts and stuff. But they're actually working now to incorporate it in all the different social media platforms, and they have Red ID. So rather than worrying about someone's big, long, crazy wallet address, did I forget the letter or number, did I copy and paste it right, did I scan it, sometimes you can't scan it, they let you create your own Red ID. And that's nothing crazy new, but I think they were probably one of the first ones to implement it. But they've been around since 2014. They've been around for 5 years, and they've been sustained, and they've been through some different things. So they spawned off. Since they spawned off, they took Litecoin's code. Now remember, Litecoin came from Bitcoin. I don't want to say it's a fork, but it's a clone, right? They cloned Litecoin cloned Bitcoin's code, and Redcoin cloned Litecoin's code and put some more, speedy things in it. And then Redcoin realized that there's some inefficiencies with proof of work, so they moved over to proof of stake, POSV. And don't quote me, I don't remember exactly what the V stands for. Velocity or volume, I forget what it is. But it's very interesting. And now the recent talk is they're thinking about adding masternodes to help add more functionality to their blockchain. Redcoin's pretty low right now in Satoshi value. And obviously its USD value is low. But if you had some Satoshis sitting around, now would probably be a good time to throw some money into Redcoin, because it's like 22 Satoshis. It's high. I don't know what its all-time high was, but then the past year was like 168 Satoshis. You could 8x when this market starts running again. And the fact that it's at the bottom, that's when you want to buy coins. If you're looking to make a trade, that's when you want to buy coins. But the overall concept of Redcoin, I think, is good, because then it doesn't tie you in. So, for example, global coin Facebook, okay? It's going to be controlled, managed, manipulated, screwed with, shared with, no privacy at all, Facebook, and then you have to use their stuff. Unless Facebook goes out and makes it so you could use it with anything. But regardless, you see the point I'm trying to make. If you have a currency that isn't interoperable, you're not going to survive moving forward. Open source, interoperability, being able to scale, whether it's adding layers on top, whether it's the scalability was built in, that's what's going to keep you around long term. Okay? So think about that. That's why I love Cardano. Interoperability is the name of the game. You need to be able to interoperate with other systems, whether they're privatized, closed, open, whatever, and be open to working with other blockchains and interoperating with those other blockchains. That, to me, is extremely, extremely important. So if you can do that and build that in, now you're going to be around for a while and you start building your community. So Cardano is definitely, if you don't have any, you should probably get some. Not only the fact that it's going to be around long term, but even if it just goes back to its old all-time high, you're still talking 14 times. And I think we're going to see some old all-time highs from 2017, possibly this year. I really do. Even if Bitcoin pulls back to $4,000. Hell, heck, even if it goes as low as its recent low of 3,150. I still think we could see 100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. And that's because the institutions are going to be accumulating it. So when we dip down again, I don't think we're going to dip down too long, because there's going to be a lot of accumulation happening again. So keep an eye out on that. And here's another project I don't want to say I just found. I heard about it before, but I actually dug into it a little bit. It's Sharder. So they're kind of in the area of decentralized applications, decentralized storage. They've been around for a little bit. They got a strong team. They survived, obviously, the bear market. And their mainnet is going live this year. So their ERC20 tokens will be converted over sometime this year. My guess, this is just me and my intuition, my guess is they're going to burn a portion of their tokens. But also, the important thing I see is they're going to be useful, because the one thing that caught my eye about them when I was researching them is interoperability. Again, another reason that I think if you're researching a project, you need to keep that at the top of your list. What's my priorities? What is this blockchain about? What is this ICO about? What problem are they solving? And is it interoperable? Can I do this without the coin, or does this coin help secure the network, and does it work with other systems? What's the point of it? Okay, I just think interoperability is massive. You can't close yourself off to the rest of the world. All right. What else? I don't know. I think that's all. So, I think we're going to have an ETF this year, but not until like fall. And that's when I see us having the next massive run-up. That if we're around 10, 12, 15,000 Bitcoin at that point and the ETF goes through, say we're at 10K, we could easily 10X from there. Because of the institutional money that'll be buying up ETFs. But anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you Monday. I got a busy weekend coming. Actually, I got a busy day coming up. So I hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to subscribe, likes, comment, whatever you want to do below, and share this. And we'll see you Monday. Peace.